Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Good, good. Yeah. Have you done one of these home services virtual estimates before?
I have not. I've done plenty of Zoom calls and Skype back when that was active and those types of things, but always work related. Never did one of these.
Sure. Yeah, we'll
So
try it
tell me
out.
what's up and what do we need to do?
Well, so on the bottom of your screen, you have a button that turns the camera to the back camera.
Right.
If we
Yep.
can do that,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
There we
Other
go.
than that, we'll just go. I think we're looking outside, right? Outside trim.
Right. We are. Let me take a walk out here.
As you
So
walk, don't trip.
we're in Island Woods, over here in Wilmington, and we bought this house in 2000, and we'll give you the whole front there.
Okay.
So there's the front. It's brick with trim, and then while coming around the side, and I'll have to go through the house to get to the back, but it's block.
Mhm.
And the paint on the block seems like it's in pretty good condition still, but the wooden trim up here toward the eave and whatnot, I can see areas where it's starting to, like, I don't know if we can get that high up, but it's starting to chip away a little bit up there toward the peak.
I see it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And we have basically the same configuration on the opposite side of the house. Um, I'll give you a look see at that.
Okay.
That's a little more challenging only because we've got a lot of greenery on this side. Um, but again, looking at the that trim up above, and obviously it needs a good pressure washing. You can see some of the area down
Yes.
in here that just needs to be cleaned off.
Okay.
And then let me walk through the house and I'll show you the back
So before we go to
because
the back, are we anything
yeah,
on around the windows? Any shutters? What about the posts and all the wood underneath the porch? All that too.
basically I'm calling all that trim. So
Okay. So anything wood.
yeah, anything that's wood. So like for instance, when we're in here and you go up at the top, you can see a couple areas where the paint's kind of peeling off.
Okay.
Um, the windows, at some point, will have, oddly enough, the previous owner replaced every window in the place except the four on the front. Um, and all of them have been painted so many times you couldn't open them with a crowbar. We'll probably eventually look at replacing them, but right now, yeah, I would like to have them taken care of in terms of painted. The shutters don't need it. They're vinyl, they're plastic, and they're still in good condition there.
Okay.
Um, the So, any other questions on the front before I walk through?
No, sir. I think I've got
All
it on
right.
the front. What about the front door? Is that
Uh, the, yeah, the front door is really fine because we
okay?
have this large glass
Sure.
screen door, and there's really um, not much there. And in fact, I had about a year ago refreshed some of the paint out here just from some of the worst areas of it, but it could certainly use a touch up as long as we're talking.
Okay.
Um, and then let me walk through the back here because we have a screen porch, and again, not so worried about the inside of that, but definitely looking because obviously the roof line comes right on out, and again, I don't know how well you can see it on the video, but sort of right up where those two parts meet, there's areas where yeah, exactly where the paint's kind of missing a bit.
Okay.
Um, and again, the block work seems in good shape, other than needing perhaps a, again, like looking down here where it's kind of greening out on us with all the rain we've had, getting that washed. I don't know if that's a service you also provide, or I need to find another
No, sir. We will do that
supplier for
before we
that.
paint.
Okay. So again, same thing. It's basically just the trim around.
So
Uh,
your exposed rafters right there, they're not painted, so we wouldn't paint those though, right?
well, I mean,
Or
I
would
don't
you?
mind if you include it in the quote. I mean,
Okay, just to make it even.
yeah, and again, more for protection than anything
Uh-huh.
else.
Okay.
Against rot. And again, we just come down here, and it's kind of the same thing back here,
Okay.
um, where you can see around that glass block. One of the renovations we had done was we had the main bathroom completely redone, and we elected to put a glass block in where, because that is the shower,
Okay.
rather than it used to actually have a regular window in it, which was kind of silly. So we got the glass block, but that's why the paint around there looks different. It's a little brighter, just because that was where the contractor did the removal of the old window and the install
Makes
of the
sense.
new.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, again, that's probably the entire scope
Okay.
of the job. Facebook marketing works. I have a small chiropractic practice here on the island, and I know the majority of my clients anymore come from, oh, I saw you post something on Facebook. So, well done. You managed
Well, thank you.
to you
We'll
managed to
follow you now.
leverage that well, and certainly very, very professionally done. I was very impressed.
Well, thank you.
Um, but yeah, again, I think that basically is kind of the scope of the project. We're not looking to
Sure.
change the color.
Hmm.
The white with the white trim is fine with us. So we're looking at keeping it the same. The only thing that is done in the porch area was, again, same thing where I had kind of touched it up a bit, but there's a paint blue for the ceiling of the porch.
In the front?
Yeah, I'm walking
Okay.
back out there. I'll give you a look
Sure.
see. Um, so
Oh,
it's got, pardon all the bugs that decide they like it, but
yeah.
but there's that color in there, and I may even have some of that paint left. But anyway, that I had done when I guess it's been about a year ago now or so. Um, but my problem is I just can't do ladders anymore. I've got a bad ankle that just won't support me to go up on a ladder any
Okay.
distance.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so if it's something, like that where I was just touching up the ceiling and I can be up on kind of a step ladder, but even getting up to the even the low eaves and so forth, a little too much for me. So what
Okay.
else do you need from me? Want to be
That's
respectful
it.
of your time.
That's it. That's
Okay.
all I need right there. I've got what I need. I'm going to put a quote together. It might be this afternoon. It could be in the morning before I can get it over to you. We're
Yeah, no
having a
rush.
little bit of a maintenance issue with our software for some reason, I see, and it's just running slow. So if you don't see it
Okay.
this afternoon, you'll see it by in the morning.
Yeah,
And
no worries. That
I
would be that's perfectly
I
fine.
know you've worked on me.
Have I?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I miss you at Victory, the joint.
At the joint.
Yes,
Well, I'm
sir.
sorry that I didn't recognize you right off. I
You
apologize.
told me about your ankle, and that's the last I saw you. And you went on vacation.
Well, what I ended up doing was, I ended up having to get surgery on it.
Hmm.
Well, it was literally a 50-year-old sports injury that was finally bone on bone. I got it broken badly when I was a teenager. Thank you, Jeff Wilkins. Not that I haven't forgiven, but I've never forgotten. Um, and it never quite healed right. And as I got older, it was just painful even just to stand on it. So I went and had Dr. Prather over at Chatham fuse the thing for me, and it'll be 2 years in March. And it's done great, except
Yeah,
it's fused, so it doesn't bend well, which is part of the reason why I can't do a ladder
sure.
easily, because I have no flexibility in it. And unfortunately, for the joint, I enjoyed working for them. That was kind of a retirement job for me. Um, because I used to be the dean of the chiropractic school up in Marietta. And when I came down here, I took a job with them. And long story made painfully longer, their hours are just too extreme. I just couldn't do it. So I opened an office here on Wilmington, and basically, I work 9 to 12 and 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. It's a little less hectic than the joint.
Sure.
Um, Same basic idea, except without the membership. So
Right. Yeah.
simple flat fee of $30 a visit, and never changes. But anyway, Dr. Kelly's over, I think, at
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Victory, and she's a
I
great,
saw her
great
today.
young doctor. Yeah, great young doctor. Well, good. I'm glad.
Yep.
Glad
Yep.
that's working out for you well. She's a great young doc. Very impressed with her skills. But after 40 years of doing this work, they're like 10 to 7 schedule, and half the time you didn't even get a lunch break. I'm sorry, this old
Yeah.
guy ain't gonna cut that.
Well,
So
she even said she doesn't even know why they open on Sunday.
yeah, yeah, I'm sure. It's one of those classic examples, and this as a local businessman. As a local person, your market, your customers, what
Yeah.
their needs are, what the particulars are.
Right.
The joint's owned by a corporation in Arizona, in Phoenix. And I remember there were a couple of times when we had some bad, not hurricane level, but some bad storms
Sure.
coming in. And we all know what happens to Victory. Lake Victory suddenly shows up. And and we would try and tell them, look, we got to close, and they would go, why? It's just rain. And we go, yeah, you don't live here, do you?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
so I, like I say, sorry I didn't make the connection,
No, that's
but
okay.
glad to reacquaint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so whenever it's not something that's a rush
Okay.
project for me. It's just something
Sure.
I'm noticing the signs of wear and tear. And I honestly, well, have no idea when we bought this. We bought our first place down here back in 14, which was a condo at the Merritt. And then when we got closer to retirement, my wife realized a one-bedroom condo was going to be a little too tight.
Mhm.
So we bought this, but it was an estate sale. So we actually never met the owner.
Huh.
So we don't know what they did or didn't do. So, well,
Yeah.
little by little, we're kind of, catching up with, some necessary maintenance and some renovation and
Sure.
whatnot.
Well, that makes sense. Well, all
Yeah.
right. I'll get this out to you. But we'll see you soon.
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Take
Take
care. It's good
care.
to see you.
Good to see you too. Bye
Bye bye.
now.